for my mama kwaba and fambra a channel issue. Now me some notification button not turning on in case any update baby beer on to sabe can wash. Maybe beer I come. Danding and semi brain idia kunamba or my man in summer a coso. In summer is a wuchi near Kamwasem, a chim. At the four, my gibre, Nikuchi in some kakra, a coso.
Much for your time.
Good evening, Paul.
So when was the Mr. Daniel Koranteng, Akwasi Koranteng, all the names, when was he arrested by the police?
On the 15th of March, Saturday, in the afternoon. I think he was braiding his hair in Amasaman, where he resides.
That's where he was arrested?
Exactly.
So he's not on bail yet?
No, he's still being held on very strange and bogus charges.
Bogus is your opinion?
Exactly, because he's been accused of releasing pictures.
He's been. So what have they told him when they arrested? What have they told him? What are they concerned about?
What they are trying to say is that he released pictures, for which reason Ahmed Suale was killed. He
released pictures?
Yes.
Pictures that were in his custody?
Sold pictures.
He sold? That's allegation.
To Kennedy Japan.
He sold pictures to Kennedy Japan?
Yes, and he published it, which then caused Ahmed Suale's death.
That they exposed who Suale was?
Exactly.
And that is the charge that given.
Exactly.
The charge that they have preferred against him.
Exactly.
All right. So,
which to me I think is strange.
We'll get to that in a minute. But he's not on bail yet.
No, he's not on bail.
The legal team were also concerned about something Multimedia did. What was it about?
We were in the interrogation room. I think around 2:28, we came out around 3:28, 3:30 thereabouts. When we came out, there was an article released an hour before we had come out. And it was seeking to say that my client, or should I say, Daniel Akwasi Koranteng, had fled the country and he was a fugitive of justice, and he just snuck in 2 weeks ago, making him a flight risk. And then, amongst others, that he was the suspect of Ahmed Suale's murder has been apprehended. You know, those kind of narratives that are given to the general public raises a lot of anger and in fact emotions. So before,
but has he not been apprehended for being allegedly part of or being responsible for the murder of Ahmed Suale? Is that not the reason?
At the time when we were in there, we were in interrogation. You are asking, they are trying to ask him questions as to how all these things came about.
Who were in there? Him, you, his lawyers?
Me, yes, and his lawyer. Kofi Essel. I'm sure you've seen him on.
But you are a barrister too.
Exactly, okay, I am.
But Kofi Essel is representing him.
Exactly.
You are doing media for him.
Exactly.
I see. So all of you were there.
Exactly.
And they asked him questions.
Exactly.
What did they ask him?
Several questions. Things about his baby's mother. Things about
his baby mother.
Yes.
He's not married, or he's married.
He is married.
But he has a baby mother.
Yes, his
and
first
they wanted
child.
to know something about
whether she worked for a nurse, whether it was to me it was very strange.
Whether the baby mother works for a nurse.
Exactly.
Okay, but Daniel works for Tiger Eye.
Exactly.
Okay, so when you came out, what was in the article?
The article basically said that he had been trying to interfere by getting bail, number one. Number two, that he was a fugitive of justice, and that he had snuck out the moment the police were on his heel to London and returned just 2 weeks ago. Which and at that point the police apprehended him and then presented him for interrogation.
Is there a history that the police were looking for him? Is there any history like that?
That could not have been possible.
Why?
Because this man has been in this country, working with the police themselves, applying
on the Suale murder?
Not on the Suale murder.
Okay.
But on social media, he's everywhere.
Working with the Ghana police?
He's working with the Ghana police. He's been apprehending people, presenting them for his documentaries. He works in the medical field.
Documentaries in the medical field?
Exactly.
I see.
Usually he looks for people who are selling drugs that are unapproved by the FDA.
Oh, that's what he does?
Exactly.
So this story we're seeing on the TV now is what?
Poriel's pitch, yes, that was one huge saga that went on at the Good Park, where one Dulcie Boateng had I mean, gathered a lot of people selling all these butt lifts, flat stomach, all these products that were unapproved by the FDA. So there was a raid between, and it was a joint collaboration between him, Ghana Pharmacy Council, and the police and the FDA themselves.
Okay, so as an investigative journalist, he did a report and presented it to the police, and this is what he's been doing.
Exactly.
When did this happen? This story we're looking at. This
last year, just last year.
I see. So the police are in contact with him of sorts.
They are in contact with him. He's even recently applied to the Director General for an investigator to investigate some of these cyber crimes and all that. You know, people selling things on all these media platforms. I mean, internet platforms like TikTok and all those things.
So he's working as an investigative journalist regularly.
Exactly.
So this incident you talk about, the one you said he went to apprehend people, was somebody arrested? This selling the medicine?
Oh yes, a lot of them.
Including the main act, the Miss Boating lady.
The Dulcie was, I think she was apprehended, and then she kind of escaped from the bus, so she was not presented to the police. But a lot of others. I mean, one like the Mitch brothers, they were there. So he's everywhere.
Wow.
He's everywhere. He has police escorts.
But did the multimedia article say that he's run away?
Yes, they said he fled the country the moment that the police were on his heels, which is when Ahmed died. And he
Ahmed
just
died how many years ago?
That's about 6 years ago. And he just...
So the article alleged that he's been out of the country for at least 5 years.
Exactly.
But he had been in Ghana.
He had been in Ghana.
Was he traveling was he traveling outside the country?
Just last year, he traveled 3 times.
In the same year?
In the same year.
I see.
Even as of Monday, I checked.
What umbrella does he work under? Tiger Eye? These investigations you're talking about is Tiger Eye? ISPY
GH247.
What's that?
I Spy GH247. That's where he works. That's
I Spy.
I Spy.
So Daniel Koranteng works for I Spy GH.
Exactly.
And it's under this umbrella that he's been conducting investigations.
Exactly.
In collaboration with the Ghana police.
Exactly.
So you're making the point that it is not possible that he had run away and that he was a fugitive.
Never possible.
But this article multimedia rules. Exactly. Have you drawn multimedia's attention to that?
I have. I sent them a letter of retraction and apology. I have not heard anything. I gave them 48 hours.
Has it elapsed?
It elapsed today.
Okay. So you write to them again?
No. It's time for action.
Okay, but who is Daniel Koranteng, by the way? Who is he?
He's an undercover investigative journalist, and he only does the medical areas. Drugs, tramadol. He's done a documentary on tramadol. It's all over the airwaves. You know, this fella McAfee, she was apprehended at some point for selling all these herbal products for butt lifts and hip lifts and whatever they call them. He was the one who did that. He's done so many things.
So what was on the TV now? Fela McAfee.
Not for sale of unregistered. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So this was as a result of Daniel Koranteng's work. Because we all saw this story, but we didn't know the backroom behind. So this was as a result of Daniel Koranteng's work.
Exactly.
So this is what he's been doing.
Exactly.
But did he work for Tiger Eye before?
He did. I think between 2012 to 2013. I mean 2012, 2013 to 2017. So for a period of time, I think about.
So he knows Anas Aremia Anas
very well.
He worked with him. What was his role in Tiger Eye?
He was an IT guy.
IT means IT. What?
He's the one who usually sets the cameras.
The hidden cameras?
Exactly.
In all those places. So he traveled outside with Anas?
Oh yes, he traveled outside with Anas. He was with Anas. They were very good friends.
What is the relationship between his baby mother and Anas?
The baby mother used to make the beads that Anas used to wear. And that's all she used to do for him.
The baby mother is a beat maker?
Well, that's the narrative. That's what I know.
Okay, so she used to do that. So she was sort of part of the exercise of some sort?
No, she was just somebody who did a costume. She's not part of the exercise. It's a head costume. That's it.
That's it. Yes. Okay. So when did he leave Tiger Eye, Daniel Koranteng?
2017.
Did he leave before the Akwasi Koranteng investigation was conducted?
I'm not sure, but it was around the same time.
Was he in Dubai for that operation?
He was in Dubai, I think. I think when he returned from Dubai, I don't know exactly what was happening over there with Akwasi Koranteng, or if he was even there in the first place. that I cannot speak to. But he went to Dubai with Anas, and on the return, there was some ill feelings. Daniel Owusu Koranteng felt hurt by some things that Anas did to him, and then decided at that point that he was done.
So there was a little bit of bad blood between Daniel Koranteng and Anas Arimiya Anas.
Daniel Owusu Koranteng did not have any bad blood with anybody. All he said was, I do not like the way you treat me, and so I'm walking away to think about how to progress my life.
Was it about money?
Well, at some point, yes, because he claims, or the audios that we have as evidence goes to prove that when they went to Dubai, Anas had a problem with him because I think he was supposed to do something and it didn't happen, and Anas ignored him in Dubai for 3 days, in which he had to now look for sources or ways and means to survive in Dubai
whilst on operation.
And he felt that that was unacceptable on all levels because he loved him, he loved his family, he loved the man. So for you
Daniel
to do that,
Koranteng loved Anas.
yes, he did.
Okay.
He really liked. He really loved him.
Okay.
He was one of the people who showed him his trade.
Anas showed Daniel Koranteng his trade.
Yes,
And that's what he does now with what he's doing.
exactly.
So he trained him.
More or less.
Did he also meet Ahmed Suale whilst he was working with Anas?
Yes, he did.
He knows him well.
He knows him well.
So when he was leaving Tiger Eye, did he tell Anas that he's leaving?
Well, he did not exactly tell Anas that he was leaving, but he said it in the grapevine that he was done and he was going. When he said that, one guy called Muda called him into an uncompleted building and shot in the air. The Muda didn't say anything according to the narrative. He did not say anything to him. He just shot in the air. So Daniel Owusu Koranteng just kind of thought that this was a threat. So he just decided to just back away. So he just never went back to work again. So
Muda, you're introducing interesting elements. Muda was part of the group.
Exactly.
And when Daniel said that he was leaving, which you say he didn't tell Anas himself.
Yes.
Who did he tell?
I think he was just discussing it with the workers and saying, I'm done, I'm going.
So Anas must have heard.
Exactly. He said it through the grapevine.
And Muda invited him out to a place.
Yes, in Chado. You know, they were building a glass factory there, and Daniel Owusu Koranteng was in charge of that. So he pulled
He
it.
was in charge of Anas's glass factory?
Yes, building.
That's a huge one. I've seen it. It's
Yes.
in Chado. It's huge.
He was the one in charge of that.
Inside the construction?
Yes, he was like the foreman, making sure that everything was done properly. Things.
Oh, then Anas trusted him.
Exactly.
So it was at this Chado place that Muda,
Yes.
as you say, what did Muda do? He called him and said, come and get a gun?
He called him into an uncle. He said, come. He went in and then the Muda shot.
Muda was holding a weapon.
Yes, he shot in the air, and Daniel Owusu Koranteng said, why? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? He didn't say one word and he walked away. All these things were things that Daniel Owusu Koranteng told everybody as far back as 2019.
Oh, these things happened in 2019?
Exactly. So many years ago.
No, but you said he was leaving in 2017.
2017, he left in 2017.
So 2019 he was still there?
No, what I'm trying to say is that he was explaining this to the whole world in 2019.
In 2019, that
Exactly.
the events that occurred in 17.
In 2017.
By 19, he was telling people. So you're saying it's not new information?
It's not new information.
Okay. Where's Muda now?
I have no idea. I don't even know who he is.
What was his relationship with Ahmed Suale Koranteng?
They were friends. They were very good friends.
Colleagues and friends.
Colleagues and friends.
Did they have interactions around the time that Suale died, before Suale died? Did they have any interactions?
Yes. Daniel Owusu Koranteng had an interaction with him, I think somewhere in July, where
Oh, that's a text message on the showing the text message on the screen now. Yes. Okay, so this are some of the text messages.
Yes, Ahmed said he had resigned.
Okay, so this is who's in green, who is in white.
Daniel Owusu Koranteng is in green.
Ahmed TGG. That's how he's titled it.
Exactly.
So okay, cut it. Enjoy your day would be Daniel Owusu Koranteng.
Yes.
Am I right on that? Okay.
Yes, you are right.
Do you know I found the person who leaked the videos? Who is asking? You. That's Daniel Koranteng asking.
Exactly.
Then the guy comes back and says, as I said, I resign. So who is saying he's resigned?
Ahmed
Suale is saying he resigned.
Yes.
So I don't care. But then anyone who leaked a video that couldn't leak videos we did
after you left
has done so to implicate you. Or he says that do you know I found the one who leaked the video? This is Daniel. Was Daniel accused of leaking some video?
Yes, he said anything that went wrong after he left, he was always accused of it.
Which videos? Do we know the videos they're talking about?
I think of some Arab men or something. I don't know what videos they're talking about. But I think that they had so-called pictures of them or whatever.
Yeah, but Kennedy Japan, in his Who Watches the Watchman, showed videos that would look like internal ANAS system videos.
Yes.
It would look like that because you see ANAS in talking and all that, and ANAS knew it was being filmed, so I'm sure they were filming it internally. Could it be these videos, the leakage of these videos about which ANAS was concerned that it could be Daniel Koranteng who did it? Could it be that? It was
that was what he was trying to say. That all those videos that were leaked and that were roaming around the airwaves was from his quarters. And he said, I don't have anything to do with you. I just want to live my life. So why would I be leaking videos?
Maybe to sell.
Nobody wants those videos. Who wants those videos?
Kennedy Japan wanted them.
No, he was never the one that released any videos. He would never sell any videos. If you listen to the narratives, he's only accused of selling pictures,
not videos. He's actually a photographer. But in this text that you show us,
yes. So these videos, there was one other man that had access to the PC.
Okay.
And so in some chats, it was released that
which PC is that?
I think the PC where they were using for maybe editing videos or whatever it was.
Okay.
Yes. So the person, I think, was living very closely with them and had access to them. And then, so I think he was the one who was releasing them.
So by the time Ahmed Suale died, he was not a member of Tiger Eye PI.
No, he was not.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, he says it here. He was not. He said, I have resigned. I don't want to have anything to do with them. But you too, be mindful, because anyone who is leaking videos that could not have been leaked after you left is trying to implicate you. And today, we are all here because Daniel Koranteng is accused of leaking pictures.
To your knowledge, or to Daniel Koranteng's knowledge, did Ahmed Suale fall out with Anas Arimi or Anas?
Well, it would appear so, because from the narratives or from the text messages, he had a lot of complaints about him. He has even said in one of the text messages that if he were to talk, what Ken did was small.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, he even went ahead and said that you do all these efforts and you are not appreciated. So he had some.
And you have these text messages?
Oh yes, I have.
You can share. Oh, you have to look at me. You can share with some of us. You can share it with the media.
I can share it. I can
of
share
Ahmed
it.
Suale talking.
Yes, I have Daniel Koranteng's full permission to share everything.
Okay, let me tell our viewers that we will obtain these videos and share it to you on the extended interview of this, on the extended program interview of this very important interview. So don't worry if you are watching it now and we're not showing the videos. Keep an eye on Good Evening Ghana on this page and on TX. Will pale into insignificance.
Yes, he said the whole Ghana will shake
if he were to say what he knows
exactly
about the operations of Tiger Eye.
Exactly.
What then was Ahmed Suale doing by the time he died, to your knowledge?
I have no idea what he was doing, because I think he said he was going to lay low in one of the text messages, and after that my clients never had any interactions with him again.
Then he heard he had died.
Did
he attend the funeral, Daniel Koranteng?
No, he could not have attended the funeral, because upon the death of Ahmed Suale, people were calling him and threatening him. I think
why do people think that he could have been part of the operation to undo Ahmed?
Because a certain narrative has been set way back in 2018. I mean, the same person that keeps telling everybody that Ahmed Suale died because of pictures.
Who is this person?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. We should ask, the whole Ghana should ask, who set the narrative years ago saying that Ahmed died because there was a release of pictures. Now this Ahmed, his pictures are everywhere. If we are talking about who released pictures of Ahmed first, or who released Ahmed's image first, it would be Anas. Because if you look at the school feeding documentary, the 16th minute, you will see Ahmed with a camera in there.
But they don't say that he's Ahmed Suale.
You don't have to say he's Ahmed Suale.
Yes, but having somebody's image in a documentary is quite different from having the image and writing the name Paul Adom on it. So because Ahmed is not on TV, he's not like me that people can, my name and my face are associated for many years. Ahmed's face may be known, but they didn't say in the documentary that this is Ahmed Suale.
My position is that Ahmed was not an undercover investigative journalist. Whoever he was interacting with during those documentaries.
Yes. When I interviewed Kwasi Nyantechi's wife, she told me that Ahmed came to Kwasi Nyantechi. He even came to their house to invite them to Dubai. So yes, he doesn't cover his face. He shows up.
So everybody knows who he is.
Not everybody, but some people.
I mean, those who
certainly Kwasi Nyantechi knows him. Kwasi Nyantechi's friend Mohammed knows him. Some people around the GFA also know him.
Yes.
He comes and he says Ahmed is looking for you. So he's quite well known. So you are making nonsense of the fact that given the so-called narrative of an Ahmed photograph is baseless.
Exactly. It is very baseless, because photographs of a person who is not hidden. He even has a Facebook page with his photographs. He has published his photographs everywhere.
And on the Facebook page, he's called Ahmed Suale?
No, he's called Usong Diwala. Yes, but if I want your image, it's not too difficult to get it. If I
get the point you are making. That if somebody is looking for Ahmed's image, it's not difficult. Once I know how